Hello, welcome to J Lowe Artist YouTube channel. I'm Jeffrey Lowe, and today we're going to be talking about chiaroscuro. Chiaroscuro is an Italian word. It means light and dark, and it's drawings very moody, very romantic, very dramatic art using dark backgrounds. I'm using Letramax black illustration board and doing a little bit of painting and a little drawing on that black illustration board. You want to start out with a surface that's already dark because there's so much darkness in there. And with chiaroscuro, some of your subject matter is kind of fading into the darkness. You want to leave some things out. So the viewer has to imagine the edges, has to imagine what's going on in there because it's so very dark. Start out here with a little picture here that's done by Caravaggio. This is around 1600, and lovely painting. So you've got to imagine, here you are in 1600 and you're painting and everything is candlelight. There's no really good oil lamps that are very bright. When you're painting and you're using that candlelight, you probably are familiar with it. You're probably doing a lot of sketches with the candlelight, but as you're painting, I think it would be nigh impossible to be painting by candlelight. With that, I'm using Caravaggio's inspiration in my own artwork. So whenever you're doing your own artwork, make sure that your scrap, your reference is good reference, that you can see it. I like to sometimes put it on the computer where you can zoom into it and look at all the details and see things that maybe you couldn't see normally with the naked eye. Get your scrap and do some thumbnails. If you're the type of person that gets an idea and you think, this is how I want to compose it, then take your own pictures. Do some thumbnails, show them to your models, and take your own pictures. So thumbnails are very important. That's how you're working things out. Your thumbnails should not take you very long. You can label them. You can do whatever you want to with them, but it's a map. It's inspiration on where you want to go with your artwork. Once you've got your sketch and you kind of figure things out, get your materials together. Again, I'm using black Letramax illustration board. Sketch it all on with white charcoal. Once you get it sketched out, I go over it with cream Prismacolor just to make sure that it's be a little more stable. The white charcoal has a tendency to rub off a little bit. And then I'll go back over it with that white cake tempera. This is Alpha Color makes this. It's called Biggie Cake, which is a silly name, but it works. It works very well. I would imagine that any kind of white opaque water-based paint would work. Wash or tempera probably be the best. It sets into the board. It's still got enough texture that you can draw on it. But I'll just go over some of these things. Just the highlights, just the lightest areas. You can thin it out or you can make it more opaque, whatever you'd like to do. And then you start adding your color to it. You add that frosting to it. And this is just Prismacolor. You want to pick out your Prismacolors and whatever you feel like you want to use. But remember, the values are very important here. And especially when you're doing chiaroscuro, you want to lose some of your edges. You want to leave some of those things out. You can use incidental lighting. So like some of the reflected light that's in the background, I like to use a magenta or a mulberry. The colors are up to you, whatever you want to use. I think your flesh tones are created by your values more than they are really by the color. Remember, in chiaroscuro, you just let some things disappear. You just let them kind of leave them out. I like to use cool colors in the shadows and warm colors in the light, especially candlelight is very warm. So oranges and reds and yellows in your light, blues and purples, and maybe some greens in your background. I like to add things, like the earrings or the necklace that she's just finished the ball. She's gotten home. She's still fondly remembering the men that she danced with and maybe one in particular as she prepares for bed. And then once you're finished, you make sure you sign it. Sign it in a little place that is not on the edge. You don't want the frame to cover it up. You want it to be proudly displayed, but you don't also want your signature to get in the way of, you don't want it to intrude in any of the details that you want to have in it. That's basically it. Here's some others. The top 3 here, these are all students that modeled for me. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. And I'll keep this going if you like that. Let me know in the comments if some things that you'd like to see on this channel, and I'll do my best to provide those for you. Hope you have a lovely day, and remember, art makes life better.